Okay, so I'm going to put this out here because it's important. I was on YouTube and I was looking up any videos that anybody had posted on the Virginia, I think he's a senator or a delegate, talking about Bob Marshall and his recent abortion comments. And if you haven't heard about that, that's not why I made this video. So we're not going to go into that right now. Maybe later. But I need to talk to you guys about something. And let's talk. Okay. So a lot of people out there are pro-choice. A lot of people out there are pro-life. Well, I haven't seen very many people out there with answers on, let's not talk about pro-choice. Let's not talk about if you're pro-choice or if you're pro-life. Let's talk about how you stop abortions. How do we stop abortions from happening? The preventable abortions. Let's say that, because preventable abortions. Using abortion as a form of birth control. Let's talk about these abortions. Okay, so you want to know the solution to abortion? And if you're listening out there, especially the Christian sect of the United States, is probably not going to like this, but here it is. The solution to abortion is comprehensive sexual education in schools from a very early age. I'm talking 12. You want to stop abortions? Talk to your kids about sex. You want to stop teen pregnancy? Talk to your kids about sex. This abstinence only is ridiculous, okay? It is not stopping your children from having sex. It is stopping your children from having protected sex. Because let's face it, we live in a world where it's not about pregnancy anymore, people. It is not about getting pregnant. We live in a world today where it is about AIDS. It is about herpes. It's about syphilis, gonorrhea. That is the reality of the situation. We do not live in a world anymore where it's just about pregnancy. Pregnancy is manageable via adoption, via abortion, via teen moms and dads. You want to stop abortions? You want to stop teen pregnancy? Stop telling your kids to not have sex. Let me rephrase that. Tell your kids not to have sex. Talk to your kids about not having sex. Talk to your kids about waiting. Don't necessarily talk to them about waiting until marriage, but talk to them about waiting until love. And then you know what you do? You back that up with talk to your kids about birth control methods. Talk to your kids about condoms. Make sure your teenage daughters are on birth control if they ask you for it. If you think your daughter is having sex, you talk to her yourself. Because you know what the reality of the situation is? They probably already are. That is the reality. A lot of people don't even get talked to about sex with their parents until they've already started having sex. And then it's too late. Why has the teenage pregnancy rate gone up? The teenage pregnancy rate is going right back up. It was going down. It was going down, people. But nope, it's going right back up. And why? Because it coincides almost perfectly with abstinence only taught in schools. Teen pregnancy rates go up. I wonder what could be causing this. If you don't talk to your kids about sex, who are they going to talk to? They're going to talk to their friends. They're going to talk to their boyfriend's friends. They're going to talk to people who, quite frankly, don't know what they're talking about. You can't get pregnant the first time you have sex. You can't get pregnant if there's no penetration involved. You can't get pregnant if the girl's on top. You can't get pregnant if you do it in water. These are the things that people tell each other. These are the things that teenagers say to each other, because I was one not too long ago. And that's what I heard from my friends is same thing. You cannot get pregnant if the girl is on top. You can't get pregnant if you do it in a car. You can't get pregnant if you do it in a swimming pool. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You can't get pregnant if you're on your period. I mean, come on, people. If you don't talk to your kids about sex, no one else is going to. You can't rely on the schools to do it either. Because until here last year, only thing being taught in the school was abstinence only. So you want to stop abortion? Talk to your kids about sex. Because, quite frankly, they're going to do it anyway. Abstinence programs have been proven. They don't stop sex. They don't delay people from having sex. Abstinence programs coupled with comprehensive sexual education, which includes discussion on STDs, birth control, condoms, proper ways of using birth control methods. That right there is what stops. That has a lasting effect. It prevents people who have these programs wait to have sex, and when they do have sex, they have protected sex. And I think at the end of the day, the mass majority of us are just trying to protect our kids. We're just trying to make sure that our kids don't become another statistic. The last thing you want to do, quite frankly, would you rather hear, Mom, Dad, I'm pregnant, or Mom, Dad, I got this girl pregnant? Or do you want to hear, Mom, Dad, I'm HIV positive? Because that's the real threat. That is the one that you will lose your child. And yes, while AIDS is very manageable in this day and age, there's still a good possibility you could lose your child. And you want to know what the highest group of people who are most at the highest new AIDS cases, new STD cases, what have you, are people between the ages of 16 and 24. Statistically, those are the people who are most susceptible to getting new cases of HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes. So, quite frankly, you want to stop teenage pregnancy, you want to stop abortion, talk to your kids about having sex.